analysis of Nifty, where on a chart we try to make informed guesses of where buyers and sellers are. This is Nifty on a daily time frame, and as you can see, these were some of the lines and fair value gaps that we had drawn. There was a clear close below a support level that we had drawn, and now we have 22,000 in sight. As usual, let's delete everything and start afresh. Starting with the monthly time frame. On a monthly time frame, the bias for Nifty is not sure. Why is it not sure? Well, it was bullish until this big candle happened. Why? Because this low was protected. Nifty was creating higher lows at regular intervals. Let me just delete these two alerts. And now the only level that matters is the next level that the buyers are trying to protect, that is 21,743. Let's mark it in green with a thicker line. Going over to the weekly time frame. On a weekly time frame, Nifty is bearish. Why is it bearish? Because this high is lower than this high, so it's making lower highs. That is the reason it is bearish. But you see, there's a lot of fair value gaps. There's in fact not a lot. There's one large fair value gap here. It's a liquidity zone, so there's always a possibility of Nifty going back to this level. You see, this swing low and this fair value gap is, if you draw a line from here, it's a good level for Nifty to take support in and then fall back. Going over to the daily time frame, I do not want to mark anything up in the weekly time frame. In the daily time frame, things are interesting. There's a fair value gap that's created. Let me just mark the fair value gap, and so if Nifty stinks into this fair value gap and then fall down, Nifty has essentially taken the liquidity in this area, so there's no chance of it. There's no doubt in our minds that it could go back up again. So it has taken the liquidity and then fallen. That's a healthy fall. So let us see, there was one level that I used to mark, this red candle, if you can see it, if I just zoom it out. But this was an order block, after which this big move happened. But as you can see, that had been invalidated yesterday, so that the line on would come somewhere here. So that had been invalidated. Now there's nothing for Nifty to take support at other than 22,000. That's it's only because it's a round figure, not a level of importance. But round figures do support Nifty. We have seen it multiple times. 22,000. Now going over to the 4-hour time frame. On a 4-hour time frame, there's a fair value gap here. I don't want to mark it right now because I've already marked the daily fair value gap, and the bias here is this was a swing high. Ideally it should have been protected, but then it was not protected and it has fallen. So this was a swing low that should have been protected for a bullish bias, that was also not protected, so it's not sure. Now going over to the hourly time frame. On an hourly time frame, as you can see, this is a swing high that is lower than the previous swing high here. So This is bearish. There are no other swing highs created. I believe I am right. Yes, no other swing highs created. But here we have a fair value gap. So let me just mark that fair value gap. Interesting. Okay. So that's a fair value gap with a swing low in between. So if there's a swing low in between a fair value gap, that's a liquidity zone and a level to be washed out. So if Nifty opens anywhere here, it could be a good idea to sell it. There's a fair value gap here. Lots of red fair value gaps, overlapping fair value gaps. So this area of overlapping fair value gaps is a good liquidity zone once again. And you see there's a swing low in a fair value gap here. For Nifty to strike up and sustain an upward motion would take a lot of effort from the buyers. It's not that the buyers are not buying, but all that buying is being absorbed and Nifty keeps falling. Let's see tomorrow. It looks like Nifty is heading towards these levels on the downside. Let's keep a close watch. Once again, I'm not a certified analyst. These are not calls that I'm giving out here. It's only for educational purpose I do this. Thank you.